Oh. Test. Yeah, mics are working.
I make a motion, we go into executive session to discuss some personnel stuff.
I'll second that motion.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Going into executive session at 6:36.
Okay, let me pause this. Hang on a minute. Just gotta, why can't I find this? There we go. Pause. Is back. I make a motion that we exit executive session with no decisions made.
I will second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Exited executive session at 6:46.
All right. You have who made it, who seconded, and
It's
all that.
6:36 going in, 6:46 coming.
I will take a picture of these notes for Tammy and then she will have.
Okay.
Tammy's not even dialing in tonight.
She just needs the notes for,
The executive piece.
just for the minute taking, because we don't need her hanging around. We don't need to pay her to be.
All right. So, since we have so much time, I make a motion that we pause the recording until 7 PM when the actual meeting starts.
Great.
Excellent. Thank you. Pausing the recording. Do it again. Sorry. One more time. Go.
Wait.
Because I didn't unmute it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's 7 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order again.
Mhm.
John, we do have a blip in the chat section. I don't know if we can,
Chit-chat.
the one with the red
No,
dot.
no, she says she's good.
Okay, just
Oh,
want
we
to
do
make
need to
sure.
open the chat.
There we go.
Oh, it was the audio.
Um,
Thank you, Carolyn.
So our goal tonight, while Josh is looking at numbers, is to look at the budgets that have come in. We're not expecting anybody to present. It's just if we have questions, we're hoping people can answer said question. And we're gonna be like on it. John, can I ask Kathy a question? Because she's right. Did we figure out your computer issue? Does it need to come out of next year's budget or is it coming out of your current budget?
This year. Okay.
So is this number that you gave us gonna cover everything that you need without, because I think the way I read this, you said, I may need another computer, so the indication was it would be a bigger number.
Yep.
So it's,
8,500,
okay,
and that was only if I needed the might be 12 months.
that's what I meant. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so what did we have it in at?
Where is it on here?
Office expenses.
So since we're getting the
cut it
computer,
back to $6,000. Kathy,
But
we had cut it back to 6.
that's a no.
That's a no.
Well, then you're gonna have to give us an itemized, like,
I don't have an itemized. This is what it is.
well, you spent 3,800 and you want 85. I mean,
No, okay, so you rolled all postage into that budget, so now you can add another couple grand to what was spent.
if I remember correctly, postage was actually a separate line item.
Oh, and you only have numbers through the end of what, Tom? Where he's not in here. November. So yeah, there's another 919 that's not in there.
okay, so if we add the 1,100, that brings you up to 40.
That's what, yeah.
Postage. And if you said,
And now computer.
okay, so 900, so that brings you up to 58.
No,
Yes.
The
computer is not 900.
I thought the computer was in the.
Computer will be used from this year's budget.
Right,
So we
he's
don't-
saying what I'm gonna be spending this year. I've only spent
No, no,
this much.
I'm looking for the number for 2026 budget.
Yeah, I want it to be 85. I don't know if I need that much, but next year is a weird year. We have an appraisal going on. That means the listers will be doing a mass mailing. That's extra envelopes, pre-postage envelopes. It's extra cases of paper because they have to print everybody's in a booklet for everybody to see.
But that
Which-
isn't in the listers budget. I thought we had that in the listers budget, so that's not.
And papers, all office. And I have,
You got expenses of postage for $100 right here in your lister's budget.
Yeah, but that's not gonna cover
Say
it.
It's there and then say it's here.
Right.
Say it's there. It's gonna be.
No. So why is there
So
postage
why
in
is there
here if
$100
it's not?
postage budget?
It was $100 in last year's budget, so that's what
So-
we did, but then you
Yeah.
guys put all postage into.
So we just
the
need to
office
keep it
budget
clean.
last
Right, so you can take that $100 out of their budget out, cause,
Because you rolled it all into office at the last meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay,
Okay, so even if you do that, it's $1,200 in postage that is spent this year. Let's just say there's,
It's gonna be double next year.
okay.
or more. I don't know. If we have to mail out the booklets, I do not know how much they will cost.
And every single. You notice, and every single grievance will get a certified response.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens with the excess money from this year? Because we're going to spend about
I
$2,000.
don't know what you guys do with excess money, that's the
Because we're going to
thing.
spend about $2,000 on a computer, just shy of, right? So you're talking, it's going to come up to about we'll say 7,000, round it to 7. So you're going to have 1,500 sitting there from this year's budget that we
So
didn't
that-
use
The next year.
to next year's budget.
Which 1,500 plus 6, it's going 7,500.
So, yeah, I'm not asking you to have the 1,500 plus 85. I said I want an $8,500 budget. So the next thing I have with postage though, because not all postage can be office. Zoning/planning, they collect the postage for the abutters that they have to mail certified out. So that always goes into them as an expense.
But that's expensed out. And then they.
Well, I'm not sure it all got expensed out this year or if it all ended up in my budget, but
Okay.
going forward, it will never hit mine.
Postage itself was a separate entity, so if you'd like us to keep that as a separate entity, we can.
I would like it as a separate one.
Well, we'll leave it at 6 and put 1,500 in postage.
Gotta put more than that in postage.
Leave it at 6 and put 25 in postage.
Well, only because it's gonna be a weird year and I don't know what it's gonna be. Also,
We have to be able to justify, because we are trying to cut back because of what is happening in the world.
I get, oh, I know, I get
I
it.
mean, when I look and I see spent 3,801, I know you got another month to go, but when I see that and we're asking for 85. In my head, I go, there's a disconnect here somewhere.
You just have to
So,
let it-
so I'm just, and you're just the first one on the
list.
So, if you wanna stay and watch everybody else
Yeah,
get through this, you can, but.
But going forward, when you roll something into my office expense, and of course, office expense is just not just paper, it's the paper towels, the toilet paper, the cleaning supplies, it's all that crap.
Okay. Okay,
Okay,
so postage itself, so I'm looking back on this one.
Yeah.
So for expenses, we're gonna, Tom. If you would, sir.
Where is it? Oh, we done
Oh,
there.
that's planning.
Yeah, that's planning postage.
Postage is down below
so,
plan
and like when I,
and postage.
also when I do my petty cash, where most of that is also postage, that gets put into, I mean, I can put it into postage, not office.
Okay, so Tom, we were just talking with Kathy, and instead of deleting the line item of postage.
Yeah.
We're gonna reinstate that, we're gonna budget 2,500 there. Okay, that way. Any postage that gets done, whether it's for zoning or planning commission or any of that. It can be a charge to that commission or proof. Repaid into the postage and then used that way. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do, in the stamped envelope with the postage, that'll still be office expense?
It'll still go through postage. It would just be it would be CC'd as Kathy's office expense. You know what I mean?
Sort of.
So line item would be,
Guys, we can't have two conversations.
So like, see, and that's not right, there's still some that needs to go. This is what the auditor views for each of these commissions. When committees or whatever they're called. So
Okay,
they have, if it was their postage, it goes in there, if it was their advertising expense, it goes in there. That's the way we track it for the audit. So if you're gonna change that, I really need to know, because the auditors need to be on the same page also.
I think the thing is, we're told that, we were told the postage, buying the envelopes and everything, the prepaid envelopes are part of the office expense.
It is.
Yet we had a whole nother section called postage. So, and to Josh's point, if postage is under the office expense, then put it all under the office. We don't want the same bucket, 12 different places.
Right.
Well, I just think it's,
Bucket called office expense and put it there.
it could be put into, I like it staying in postage because then you know exactly what we're spending on postage. You know what we're spending on paper and toilet paper and everything else that gets rolled into office.
I get that. But from the budgeting standpoint, having 10,000 line items that are just like,
I agree.
I mean, that just, it makes it an absolute madhouse. And then or Tom's over here tracking it in 4 different places, and I go, Tom, how come this is reading this, but it's supposed to be over here? He goes,
Yeah.
Well,
That's a great question.
Well, my only, just to interject, is we're buying envelopes and they have postage on them. So that's the only one. Are we gonna somehow break that apart? That's.
I think postage is postage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't-
Yeah.
You want to count stamped envelopes as postage?
Yep.
All right, we'll
What
not worry about the envelope part of that.
Correct.
What we're saying is that if you need $2,500 in postage, instead of having it here as postage and then saying, well, zoning's using it and the listers are using it and the office is using it and all this. In some way, shape or form, you need to be budgeting for your own usage. Now, whether or not that means that the listers budget,
Reflects postage.
$1,000 for postage and it gets put into this postage line. That's,
Or you could just do one postage line and everybody in the office uses it, including that.
and
But how do you-
track who
You
uses
can't track who uses.
Well, Kathy just showed she has a spreadsheet she was just showing when she came over that each group, they put the postage under. The problem is who's going to put the postage budget together? Listen, guys, this year you're saying you got a crazy year and that's wonderful. That excuse isn't going to work for next year. You guys are going to have to itemize your budget lines.
Well,
And the reason being is we're going to be asking every year to try to fix, every year our taxes go up. Anybody here disagree? We've gone up over 40-something% in our property tax over the last 4 to 5 years. Going
anything,
up again this year.
have you ever used QuickBooks?
I've used QuickBooks.
Okay, so when you use QuickBooks and you put it into postage, you can do, correct me if I'm wrong, it's been many years since I've used QuickBooks, but you can do, this is postage, but this was done for the office, this was done for zoning, this was done for listers.
That doesn't make it.
Another-
from this.
No.
It's done it here.
Yeah.
You can see it in other places.
Right.
So
And-
that's easy enough. It's just.
What we're saying is this year, crazy year, it's great. You guys, the budget is due every year at the same time. Next year, the expectation is detailed budgets. And I'm only speaking for myself, but I believe the rest of the group will agree.
In all honesty, I didn't create last year's. It was my understanding that it was done by you guys. So
We got a number and we said, okay, and it's the same thing we have with the groups that, the BCC's on the line. I see the Cemetery Historical Society here. The groups, the folks send in like, we need $5,000. Well, that doesn't work anymore. We need itemized information so that we can make it appropriate and show folks, because folks don't know what the $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for. And it's getting harder and harder to keep ourselves within the constraints of what people make and the taxes coming up. So we're going to turn around. I just actually said at the beginning of this meeting, we need to start telling people next year's budget, you need to start thinking of cutting, not adding, cutting things out and start negotiating.
If I may say, when I heard Tammy say you can print off a QuickBooks thing, that's a good starting place. And I'm not talking, I know everyone knows, I'm just saying, it's a good starting place, but just because we had 1,000 in X last year, doesn't mean we're gonna have 1,000 in X this year.
Correct.
And we know that utilities are going up, oil's going up, all of that stuff, so we
we're,
can't control.
we're trying to make cuts. On. the
And,
budget sheet
and
that
there,
we have.
there's an expense on there that you can cut. I don't know why it's even in there. Book fund, $300 budget. It's self-sustaining.
That's what I thought, but I was arguing
Right.
with.
I think, didn't we scratch that?
I'm talking book fund, not,
We had 28.
Where is it?
Postage? We fixed the postage.
We're not. everything-
no.
We just need to know what the number is or have a good
Yeah.
estimation.
But the thing is I don't know for next year. I know what I normally buy for envelopes. I know what I normally buy for paper, but the price of what it's gonna be, I don't know.
Yes, we get that. And I asked the same question on the book fund, going back to that. comment.
Yeah,
And
right now it's self-sustaining.
yeah, because we.
We crossed it off.
And it's only $300, but it's $300 that can go away.
I'm dead.
I thought we took it out and then put
It-
it.
Left it there.
We did-
And with that said,
Part of the law.
we'll jump right into elections next year. Let's hope that school and town will pass, or we don't have to have an extra election because we have town meeting, we have the August primary, and we have a midterm general election.
I think we bumped that, didn't we, for that reason? We were talking about
Yes,
that.
what
Yeah.
was that for? That was BCA.
Where
Yep.
this year we had one, or
Yeah, we put it to $2,000.
the school budget passed this year, right? The
Yeah.
first time.
Last
Yeah, so.
Last year we spent, budgeted 2,000 and we spent 190. We left 2,000 in there, so.
Well,
theoretically-
that's not correct. That 190 only reflects the people who are not on the town payroll and did not work enough where they would get a 1099, so they don't get social security. I know, that wasn't me. It's under payroll, the rest of it.
Yeah, but we account for payroll in your hours. So, I mean, it's
Right.
not like this is above and beyond what the town employees are, because we have that account.
What you will need is, like next year, next year it's 3 elections. The following year is only gonna be 1. You know, is the BCA warrant has the total amount, what was done for that election on it, so.
If you take the 190, then just going with the 190, call it 200 for easiness. You
Yeah.
have 3 elections at $600. We're putting 2,000.
Anybody else? These are people like Kayla, who has been working in elections since she was 16. She comes in and helps count. She knows how to do it, and she's fast. It's people like that. They're not on the town payroll. They're not hired by the town, but there are extra people you need on some elections, so.
So realistically, is that number closer to 500?
2,000?
No,
what you're saying?
closer to 500 than 190.
Oh,
No, because those are just the extra people, as you say, not the people that.
I'm gonna say
Well,
8, say 8
okay, so what I'm saying though is that 190
was probably 4
does
people.
reflect the people that are being paid as BCA employees.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave that at 2,000 because.
Well, they're not employees, because
That's
And
not-
they're vendor, you know.
and 99 contractors.
But it covers that expenditure.
Yes.
The rest of the expenditures is covered in payroll,
Correct.
which we budget for in a different
Yeah.
location. So what I'm saying is if we leave that, we spent 190, so.
For one election.
For one election, so for easy math, we have 1,800 in there. We're gonna budget another 2,000, which puts us at $3,800 that should be in that position theoretically. That should more than cover our expenditures for, even if there was a 3 election year.
Carry over
No,
from this year to next.
correct. So I'm not gonna touch that at all. I think that will work.
Okay.
We had that conversation.
We did.
Yeah.
You have already
The
talked
the
about.
problem
Yeah.
is we had that conversation.
Right, but
We have
we
not had that
didn't.
conversation.
Right.
It's perfectly fine. I mean, that's just, it is what it is, and this is what needs to happen, so.
Yeah.
We put 2,500.
This will remain the way it is. At 8,500.
I thought you were gonna lower that and split the,
6,000.
500
Okay.
postage.
I put the 25 there already.
Postage,
Tabernacle.
1,000.
Yeah.
Postage reinstated up to 2,500. Budget here,
Yep.
6,000.
6,000, which I'm pretty sure I've already put
We had that originally.
in here.
and I'm very capable of starting a spreadsheet that says postage on it, so you guys will have.
All that did is the 6,000 we had gone for office expenses remains the same. We're reinstating the postage down here at 2,500, which gives her a total of 8,500, including postage for all.
Sounds good. And that's the same scribble sheet you
Yep.
started.
The same scribble sheet. I'll
You're
make you
adding
a
to it.
copy.
Perfect. No, that's
So,
perfect.
so can I ask a question? Cause we're back to zoning / planning for their hearings for like subdivisions and stuff where people have to be notified by certified mail.
Yeah.
So
Subdivisions is paid by the client, not the town.
Correct.
We collect the postage. So do you still want me to dump it in there?
In the postage.
And I will do a spreadsheet next year, every time postage is done for who it was and whatever.
Funds that are received
And then
in,
you
so
recoup, that would make sense, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the money goes into the general fund anyway, so it's there, but it still needs to be expensed out because it's not zoning income.
well, it just gets reimbursed if it's postage and we put out the $35, $350, and we receive $350. We just, you mark it the $350 out, but offset that $350 with the receipt.
Right.
The receipt.
Yep.
All right.
So did we move on from postage or can I beat that horse one last time?
it's still within striking
Right, because the
distance.
other, just practically speaking, and everything you said makes sense for itemizing, but the stamped envelopes really the ones that are probably the most postages that we spend are on those.
Yeah, because we
Those-
spent,
Buy 500 envelopes that are stamped and we pay for those and those get distributed under whatever
everybody, but that,
office expense at the moment. If Brian needs 3 of those to use for zoning, that's like $2.25. How does that, without opening up a can of worms?
I think you would need a minimum.
Yeah.
If it's not a $50 transfer,
wouldn't
then I
worry
think
about
it would be covered under
Yeah.
general.
Okay,
Does that
Agree
make
with
sense?
that.
it does. And I think you said that we're just gonna consider stamped envelopes postage.
Yes. Yep.
The envelopes, we'll just pretend.
Yeah,
right there.
I think we can
It's
set a
office
monetary
supply.
number
Okay.
of, like I said, $50.
Yeah, that's good. That answers my question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you think, if you see something different over the course of the year, then let's have that conversation.
Yeah, we can always.
well,
Fit an exception, right, if we have to, yes.
I mean, I think we can. If I do a spreadsheet so that every time I do a certified for zoning for X amount of dollars and it goes under zoning, that with a total, this is what the postage is, I think you know where it went and it equals out in the end.
And I can always do one entry at the end of the year from what Kathy creates. That just takes it out of the big block
Yep.
and
Yep.
then puts it into the little ones. So instead of the
Yeah.
225 or that would
Yeah.
be
Nickel
done
dime.
now, the end of the year before next budget meeting next year.
And Kathy, if we do this, we're gonna have a really clear picture this time next year of what those
Yeah.
extra weird expenses are, so we'll know where we stand. Of course, this is all assuming the post office doesn't put up postage. but-
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, right, that, and I stated that.
Yep.
It usually goes up in July, right? Well, last year went up in January and July.
And, yeah.
I think it went up twice.
I was gonna look into online
All right.
payments.
All
like
right, so-
QuickBooks.
We have
Also, we
a
have-
lot of folks to get to. Do you have more
Well,
stuff?
I don't know. Do you have any other questions? Is there anything else on there you think I could answer for you?
No, that was pretty much our only question on that one. Since you're getting the computer this year, that covers that.
If I don't get the invoice or purchase order for by next Monday for that computer, then when you do the road one at the following Monday, I will have one for that.
Works
So
perfect,
it comes out of this year's budget.
perfect. All right,
So,
Doesn't
thanks,
this,
Kathy.
I don't mean to add to this, but doesn't this year's budget run till
no,
February 28th?
no, and our year goes January
We are-
1st to
we are-
December 31st.
Right, okay.
We vote March for stuff that's already happened.
Okay, no,
Oh.
I kind of, yeah, all right.
Oh,
Welcome
I
to-
heard through the grapevine that you were thinking of doing for not this coming year, but possibly the
supposed to-
following year.
Opposed to,
Oh,
they
well,
don't.
make sure you figure out how you're gonna do it before you put it on the warning.
Oh, we know, believe me. We've had this conversation, it's not straightforward. I know, I am.
We haven't really discussed that.
This one's already.
So it was a thought I had. We'll see if they're amenable.
Lot of work, Tom. I'm going.
Okay.
If I go back out there and reel me in as needed.
Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Just rambling.
Do we have
Is conservation committee here?
Yeah, they're on the they're on the call.
Okay.
And here, sorry,
Carolyn's on there too, right?
Darren's on there. I thought I saw.
So. Exactly what we're looking for.
Oh, good.
Well, that makes it interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
The only concern we had when we were looking over yours
Yeah.
is the last meeting we had and we discussed the carriage barn. We had discussed that at this point, the town was not gonna put any money towards that
Mhm.
until we had a defined use and plan in place.
Okay.
And we see you've put $1,500 in there for materials and maintenance. So without like a purpose.
Oh, without a plan.
Right, we're kind of, everything else works, with everything else there, we see, we understand, we get what you're going for. But we've had this conversation 3 or 4 times and it's gotten to the point where we're just like, at this point, if we don't have a set plan as to what's gonna happen.
I think I think the point of that is Nick that's been working on the barn.
Yeah.
We've been reimbursing for some of the work that he's been doing, and I think it's more of the same. We're looking at trying to get some financing to do.
So is this considered the bare minimum to keep it?
It really is.
At what point
Yeah.
is it viable? If we
It
bet
right
them
now,
for a
I
year.
think I mean, the work that Nick's been doing on it.
Because I still think that if we're going to quote unquote rebuild the carriage barn, I think that should be a question on the town meeting day. On the Australian ballot portion, and let the town decide if they want to pay for it.
I think this is 2 separate things, but sort I think,
Mm.
and I don't want to speak for Julie, but I think this, and I still have questions, I have to admit, but this would be a minimum to keep it at a point where we could make it. a
Go
viable
forward.
At some point and qualify.
Yeah.
for
I
grants.
thought we did that this year.
Well,
when we did
decision-
towards-
well, that
we
decision
did
you
that,
need to
right?
make,
We
right?
did, we established that earlier this year.
Right.
And we said at that meeting that until there was a plan, a purpose, a direction to go with this carriage barn. That putting more town money towards it at this time didn't seem like the best use of our funds.
So could we in that case take that out and have something that is presented separately at town meeting?
Well, I mean, they've already got the $10,000 they're asking for here
Yeah, that's
for.
That's for something else.
that's for
Property acquisition.
yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which I understand, and
we're not going to throw that at the barn.
no,
Okay.
That's, you brought that in exactly
Yeah,
the way we.
okay.
wanted it. Yes, that's good too, Ross.
Okay,
I just,
I do get what you're saying.
and I mean, and you can look at our scratchings over here, I mean, we're really trying because we know what's coming this year with taxes and everything. And with the reappraisals and everything, we're trying to get everything cut to the bare minimum. And I just feel like in this particular budget, that 1,500 might have to wait until next year. I think we might have to cut that this year.
Or we just need to put it on,
Yeah,
put it on maybe not this year, but next year's
next year's, yeah.
Australian ballot. And folks decide.
Could
what
I
they
ask a
want.
question?
Absolutely.
I'm a little confused because, I mean, our budget that we submitted is for actually 2027. We're like a year, we have to make our budget a year ahead of time.
Yeah,
I
Right.
mean, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of hard. It is hard to predict. And I understand what you're saying about, I think it was the 1,500 for the carriage barn, right? That you're
correct.
contacting.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean,
And I get that, it's just, even though that money is for 2027, it's gonna go into the tax bill
This year.
2026.
Oh.
So,
Okay,
I mean,
Right.
that's my stance.
Well, yeah, I think,
anybody else on the board, we discussed it.
That's the way we discussed
This
it,
is-
right.
this is what we-
okay.
So just as a question on that though, if we were to come up with something when would you need to know it by to keep that in there for your consideration? Or is it too late?
And back-
So you pretty much put a, okay, so you put a line through it, okay.
I feel like if you had something that was that easily attainable, we would know it already. But
No.
I'm not trying.
No, that's-
Because you know,
I mean-
I like the town too, you know, I want to keep it beautiful and everything. I just
Yeah.
throwing money at something that we don't have a purpose or plan for
It
is
does-
not our best financial decision.
It's that catch-22 because it's coming up with plan, it's been money, and I know the fear is that it's gonna fall into.
Disrepair.
I'll come back.
Right.
Yeah, that's why the work that Nick has been doing has made such a huge difference so far. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, unless.
wasn't, and I'm just trying to remember, wasn't there a whole bunch of wood that Lance cut down for the carriage barn?
That's all been part of that.
It's been part of
We've had a lot of it. There's a lot
Yeah.
of in-kind work.
There's a lot of, yeah, and then work that Nick's been doing is just, it's amazing, really, and he's done it with very little reimbursement. But we
Well,
paid him,
no,
yeah,
yeah, no reimbursement
nothing.
really.
we
except-
paid him a little bit of gas money. He's been doing all that work for nothing. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this a lot.
We have,
okay,
and I mean, next year, if we come up with the purpose and the plan and everything's streamlined and ready to rock and roll, I don't think the town would have any issues with that.
okay,
Great.
But
Okay.
but at this point, I think
Okay.
we have to strike that.
Okay.
Just for the. Okay.
You said you had
Thank you.
another
No,
question,
I
Nikki?
just feel the same way. I hate
It's-
it.
I
because
know.
it's- But it's,
Yeah, no, I get it.
So let's not make the final number.
and now is the time to have this conversation about which possible things we could do with that building, but.
Yeah, there will be lots of conversations.
So that brings
Okay.
that from 43. Sorry,
Your math.
my math brain is foggy
You can
today.
usually come up with the numbers
Yeah.
just by looking.
I think we said we were gonna set that at 3,000, Josh, weren't we?
I do believe that was right. So, that would drop you to 2885, but we left it at 3,000.
Right.
Okay. Okay,
So I mean, it's not a lot.
no, but
There's a couple, well, it's not even
Hey.
bucks, but
There's
there's
some
some
money.
monies there.
One of the asks, and then you heard me say it to Kathy, I'm gonna probably say it to every one of you at least once. Next year, what we want to do is see the expense. So you have $3,000 in the budget. We want to see what that $3,000 went to.
Yeah, they
Where
have,
that money went.
well, we have, because we
Yeah.
do
Have
it
that.
for each of the,
I'm not just saying it.
oh, okay,
I'm saying it across the board to anybody watching, that next year, the requirement's going to be that.
you give us the money you want to see what we spend.
See where it
Yeah,
went.
yeah, that's fair enough.
And it's not so much.
but
Yes.
Yeah, it's more for the town information. It's going to go into
Mhm.
in the book, so people can say, okay, this is what the money was spent towards.
acceptance, but
Yeah.
I know you've seen that. anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it's very often that people will come up to myself, I'm sure it happens to all of us, but they're like, you guys keep raising the budget, and my taxes are going up. Well, I live here too, so my taxes are also going up, and I don't like that any more than you do, so trust me,
Yeah,
we've run very minimalistic, I believe, here.
Tried to.
as far as what we do.
and we've done a lot on a very small
Yes, you have.
budget.
No, yeah,
So-
no, there's no disagreement.
Yeah.
Appreciate.
So,
I mean, even the first draft was great, you know what I mean?
Good.
But yeah, we're just concerned with what's happening. And of course, the reappraisal is coming. Well, that's a whole nother thing. Tammy, I think that as a service unit,
Okay.
we need to
Thank you.
start cutting. Not increasing.
So we-
But Thank you.
I do.
Who's that?
The Historical Society doesn't have a budget.
Right,
Does not have a budget?
not an item.
Just
we-
We
Itemized.
didn't submit our budget. I thought it was municipal organizations that you wanted that from. I didn't know.
No,
Everybody was
everybody.
asking.
Yeah, it was,
So,
Line, thank you. Line goes on, right?
Right.
yeah.
it's a line item, but we want to get it in the book as what the budget's for, as well as what the
Right,
money was
right.
used, like I said.
So if you would, please.
Come sit up
Sorry.
here.
You don't get.
Come to
And
the front of
is
the
it,
room.
is it safe to assume you're representing both?
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Okay,
Lucky you.
Lucky me.
so,
So we do a budget every year for the Historical Society. We have a budget committee. We compare last year's expenses with the following expenses. We put all of our projects down there, our long-term goals and all of that kind of thing.
is that something that is easily attainable for the town?
Not for tonight.
Not tonight, but
Before we.
Yes,
by the first of the year?
yes.
Okay, that right there
That's what we're
will
looking.
cover the historical society. If
Okay,
you can get us that.
Yeah.
okay.
Any questions on the historical society from that point on?
No,
Sounds good. We are moving on now.
you ready for the next
I
one?
am.
Okay.
Cemetery commission?
Cemetery Commission, I didn't give you one, but turn the hats around. Okay, Cemetery Commission, they are asking for 20,000.
They are.
They are
Is that
20.
So, and this
20,000.
was Linda?
One
And
line.
You received a nice one-liner.
Yep,
You like that?
Oh, how that.
we knew exactly what you were asking for.
Right. We want to keep it cut and dry.
And it's not that we don't think you're using the monies in the correct way. It's more along the lines of making sure that there's transparency.
Trying to
between
compare year to
everybody.
year
Thank you,
too,
Lynn.
is the same
Yep.
time, right?
So,
And like for library and
Oh, we got the lights.
conservation.
Thank you.
committee. Money that we asked for last year. We received in November, and that's for our 2026 budget, and
What we're asking for at the March meeting is for 2027.
state road, great. Oh,
And,
and again, this is exactly what we're looking for.
okay, good.
Yep.
And so the other thing is we have 2 projects that were scheduled for 2025 that didn't get done because of weather and, well, with Valancourt, he was going to come and get the urns and sandblast them and paint them and have them ready so that we could get them back in the cemetery for this next year's anniversary and that our cemetery would look decent, you know? And that didn't happen, so that gets rolled over into 2026. We're hoping he gets that done in the spring. And Champlain Monuments was going to come in and do some work on large monuments. We did get the folks from VOCA, Vermont Old Cemetery Association, came in June, did a lot of work with us, cleaning headstones, repairing fallen headstones, did some repairs on broken headstones. And they will come back again in June this next year. We do give them a donation. It's not required, but it's expected because they save us a lot of money. We had a very good turnout with volunteers. We had something like 18, and we got a lot of stones cleaned and taken care of. We weren't able to get them back in there after Volca left, but those folks were very encouraged with working with Bakersfield volunteers. They said it's the first time they've come to work with volunteers that were really interested in learning how to do it and, you know, would pick the ball up and run with it. Yeah. A lot of places just expect them to,
And
do the work.
historically, town's been really. So
yes.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a question.
And so-
this way people can see.
So the extras, anything left over, we're putting into a fund, similar to what the town does for equipment fund. we're putting into a fund because long-term, we need to get some signs out there because we have nothing that says this is Maple Grove Cemetery. We have nothing over east that says this is Cook Cemetery. Sounds simple. We need to get prices on it, get it done. We need a gate down here at the bottom. That gate that's there is all broken. We can put a chain across there, but it doesn't look as good as. And the longer we wait, the more expensive it gets. And when Willie was on the cemetery commission, they got a price for putting the historic fence back around the cemetery. And it was in excess of $100,000. So what we'd like to do is get the cemetery on the historic register, get the hearse house on the historic registry, so we can get some grant money to help us. But we need funds to start for matching funds and all of that, and you're aware of that.
Okay,
So, and we're never sure of what that investment interest income is from that trust fund. I think last year's town report said something like $9, and it was like, ooh, you know. But we're anticipating 4,000 somewhere in there.
good.
Any questions, concerns?
This is perfect.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay,
I said, no, absolutely. It's
Okay,
good.
good.
Thank you.
okay, you're welcome.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Just remembering them,
Thanks.
setting myself a reminder to do something tomorrow.
And if you want to volunteer,
Do you
June's-
want to look at the library and see if we have any questions? I did say I
Well,
would.
do we want to hit, before we hit the library, we do have two other folks.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
I don't know if,
No, it's-
He's just.
and we have Sharon. I don't know if Sharon.
Sharon or Pat, yeah.
Sharon,
They
Pat,
have nothing.
Or is this the listers? Yeah,
Listers?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Pat, were you doing BCC or is this Sharon with listers?
Actually, I was here for BCC. Sharon wasn't going to be here. Would you like her to be here?
Okay.
Perfect. We have Tammy. We can pick on Tammy.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you. Go ahead with the library. So, Tammy, can you do me a favor before we get into it? Tammy, can you just nat up a notch or two? Yes, please.
Oh.
I'm cold.
You're lacking cover.
Yeah, I've lost weight. I'm cold.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
Nice to turn the heat on.
Well, we're looking at library.
So
Library.
cost of about 5,000.
Fired.
So it went up by 1,000? That's not.
Where's the discrepancy? I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
Yeah, we started, so it's this stuff.
Okay.
They've highlighted where things.
I mean, that's. Okay. Again, very well broken down, easy to read.
What was the,
$1,000.
what was the library?
Things
that one here?
there
Library.
It's its own page.
is its own.
Oh, it has its own page, which I don't have. I told you that. Over here somewhere.
It's in the.
Hey, can I ask, is the anticipated reduction in the heating fuel due to the extra insulation they're putting in the walls?
assume so.
Or.
I mean, it's impressive they lowered the heating fuel. I would have probably bumped it.
Everybody's been lower. Like the fuel cost was not nearly as high as we.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I be bumped up last year because we were all expecting it to go up.
Right, and it didn't just, right.
They got the memo about keeping costs pairs down.
Good. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. I don't think. Oh, sorry.
So it went up a couple.
No, sorry, 51,750.
That's the one actually down because it's
So literally an extra 1,000
51.
minus 3.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm good.
The next one, that listers.
Now we're at the listers.
So just to clarify, so that everybody out there knows what we're talking about, the library budget came in. It's exactly $1,000 more than it was last year. They had pared down in places where they did not spend and increased in very few locations. And $1,000 of a $50,000 budget is not anything that I think we should question at this point.
No.
51,757. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, you can, actually. All right, next up, listers. Oh, this one we're gonna tear up.
What do you got for us, Tammy?
Listers?
I don't.
I have lots of questions.
Anything pertaining to this budget? Probably not.
No. All right,
We already answered the postage question.
Right.
we did answer the postage. Do you want me to strike that?
Just put it all into postage.
All right, so
So let me just say. 8,000, 8,000, 8,000, that is. If you pay us $20 an hour.
okay,
And so hoping is if you do pay us $20 an hour, and I advertise on the town website that listers $20 an hour. Then we might get a list. Is what we're hoping, because Sharon is hanging in.
we also
Thank
make
you,
it
Sharon. Because if she doesn't, the listers can't take action if there are two listers.
Right.
Can't lodge a grand list, which means you
Right.
can't print tax bills, which means.
No taxes. Hey, all right. No, I'm taking a $20 an hour cut.
Sounds like
Hey, us.
So it's just, you need to get somebody in here.
Yeah.
And they're thinking $20 an hour, I mean.
Yeah, Tammy, can I come in for a second?
Pipe right in, buddy, pipe right in.
The thing to keep in mind too is if we cannot get listers to do these jobs, you're gonna end up hiring an assessor, which I think is gonna cost a lot more. And from what we've heard, even up to like 90.
$25 an hour plus a match.
So it's really tough, but I think $20 an hour, considering the training that they have to go through and really the responsibility that they have, I think at least you might stand a chance of getting somebody to come in and take the positions. It's really a very important job, more so than I ever knew before I actually got into the job. And I think the complications involved are much greater than they were when I first started.
Got involved, did we share?
It
What
is.
was that?
We know.
You'll understand. It's a state mandated.
I said, we would not have gotten involved, would we?
Break that down in a minute.
It's been a great experience, but maybe not.
Which is why there's something attached to our budget, our district advisors, or the Department of Taxes have put that on there, because there are new requirements and there are new. It's just constantly.
So what's the current hourly rate on the listers?
We get $18.04 an hour.
What's the minimum wage right now? No, it's higher than that. 16 something.
Is it? I
Yes,
didn't
it
think it
is.
was in Vermont.
No.
No.
So that's why I thought it was a pretty job.
Vermont.
I mean, this is a-
$14.01 an hour. As of January 2025, it will increase to $14.42 an hour, January 1st, 2026.
I have no heartache over $20 an hour, knowing the level of education and
Responsibility.
responsibility is the word I'm looking for.
I just, the only question I had, Tammy and Sharon, is that's only, it's only averaging like 8 and
8 hours a
third
week.
hours a week, yeah,
And that's for this year,
okay.
okay? We can't do more than that, can we, Sharon?
No, I just wanted to
And
make
next
sure that,
year,
and
after reappraisal, if we get things streamlined, we wanna go less hours a week. It's our goal, because,
okay,
uh,
I was more concerned that wasn't enough time,
it's not enough,
okay,
but we just can't do. more.
but that's what you're able to do, okay.
If we had another person who could do more than one day a week.
And that's 2 afternoons. What we do, 2 afternoons a week. And I think after your appraisal, if we get things all squared away, I'm hoping that we can do less than that.
Gosh, I don't have a problem with $20 an hour.
No, I'm just totaling up because they don't have a grand total for their budget, so I was just adding everything up here.
But I don't think it's too much to ask. Oh, man, I need to harass Patty about it.
$15 to 20.
That's a different,
Yeah.
yeah, I just like to harass Patty about it, and she asks for money. I do, I torture that poor woman every time she goes, I need more money, and
So that comes to it, right, so that actually, that budget number has to go into the general town, yep.
Then the expenses is what we.
Thank goodness, Tammy.
so what do you think you're gonna use in expenses?
We
Five
jump,
$5,360.
You didn't give me it,
No, I've got it in front of me.
I don't see anything, oh, you made one copy,
No,
see how it is.
$5,360, it's 5,460, but we scratched.
Thank you.
She budgeted $100 in postage, and told us that she was gonna spend like $5,000. Yeah, but it wouldn't matter, your $100 wasn't gonna cover your postage anyway. Why would you lie to me? We ran over budget, where? Postage, well, that's because you only budget, what'd you buy, 10 stamps?
So have we added this number into?
Not yet, we haven't done that. So this
She
number
has, it was here. She did the work already.
is 5,360.
We took out mileage,
We took out mileage, Lister mileage.
She has $200 in mileage there in expenses here.
but it's in it too. Right.
yeah, the only mileage we anticipate is locally with inspections in the Valley Conference. I don't know where that will be, but we really want to go to that.
What you're
The
asking.
other education, I don't see us traveling to that. I see us on the computer
Great.
for that, so that would not be mileage, let's see what we have.
So at this point, Lister expense should be budgeted at $5,360.
Right. But that's removing the $100 postage, you know.
Removing $100 in postage, which would cover it anyway,
Then payroll would be 24. Right?
plus Social Security and Medicare. Oh, Medicaid. Okay. Where did I have that one? Sorry, I'm trying to,
Lister's expense was on page 2. We scratched it out.
we scratched it out because they were putting in their own budget.
Right.
Works for me.
We were taking it out of the general and
Okay.
making a Lister's budget.
So I'm just gonna add in here just one Lister.
Have you, I did, but I didn't say it was paid and you did $10 an hour, and I'm gonna. After. That's not so.
You ready?
I
guess.
Did you do your budget? You have your budget all broken up?
No.
Not?
Fired.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that one's done. So we have. It's owning here, but Brian's not here,
Right.
but he did say to leave his the way it is. I think we can accept that. Not asking. He only spent $430 last year out of a $750 budget.
Yeah.
But we want him to do more, but we also that's gonna have to cover. That doesn't include postage, so could be enough.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what else I can dig up here.
Road, and I think that's,
Are we just on the road?
Library's done.
We do not have a planning budget. The planning commission did not meet last time.
No money for the planning commission.
Well, it doesn't.
Listen.
Oh,
yes. So we don't know which direction we're heading with that. Oh, we have the, don't forget this one.
That's the next meeting, right? That's
That
this
was-
Monday, next Monday,
Yeah.
that discussion.
Yes.
The other one is the Veterans Memorial Group. That is a new group this year.
There's some,
It is joining the ranks of the, BCC, Cemetery Commission. They're gonna be treated the same as they have been, as the rest of them have been.
all right,
They have submitted a budget here which she's looking over.
So it looks to me like what they do is spend money on.
Just the name.
The names on the wall.
So only
Yeah.
expense.
It's about $1,000 a name.
$1,000 a name?
7 or 8 of them, yeah.
Is it?
Depending on how long
Were we
they
paying
take.
that much before?
So this actually makes sense.
Expenses about 7,000 for the.
Yes.
If it goes down before the.
It wasn't, it used to be around the 200,
I-
300
yeah.
figure. And how many estimates have you got?
Right now, we have 3 names with a potential of 2 more.
Who is gonna do the engraving?
Got to talk
They
to.
did, is they talked about doing
Have you
like,
looked at the job they did before?
Not, but I had the other ones.
so that they can enlarge.
The gentleman that lived up the street from me.
So what's the budget?
So they're asking for $5,000.
So food is one I'm talking to.
Didn't do a good job either.
They didn't.
It's not lined up. It's off.
So Tammy, they asked for $5,000. And they want this to be, they would only request the following year, whatever funds have been expended. So for example, if they only put on 2 names and spend $2,000 the following year, they would only request the $2,000 that they had spent to maintain a $5,000 budget. That's in the good to go pile. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll have Tom add a line, and that's, again, it's just in the general. That is all of the entities I have in the general expenses, except for payroll. Is the last thing that needs to be discussed in that. Everything else has been covered.
Except roads.
That's not the general. That's why.
Oh, everything else.
All right. This guy. The hell's he? All right.
So you want.
Okay. I. Al.
Yeah.
Is, I mean, in the sake of your time and ours. Do you have a budget? Or would you like a copy of this for you and Brian to scribble on and bring to the next meeting?
Yes.
Okay, let's go with that. And
I had, I think, a copy that I got from Tom, but I think it only went to October.
okay, this one only goes to November. It's not a big
It's a
deal.
little.
Yeah, so you just, yeah, just kind of figure out like where you are. I don't know how much more you've spent. You have a better idea of that on that than I do as far as this month.
I'm sure Tom can.
My guess would be, let's see here, where would I have him do that? If you could, on the left side,
I think everybody.
which will make more sense once you've got it,
Yep.
in this column right here,
Yep.
if you could put your estimates. And then we'll look at that compared to what you spent, compared to what we budgeted. Percentage that was covered or left over, it will make adjustments if we see necessary. But I mean, if you approach this with a. Cut where we're able and keep it where it makes sense. Then I don't think we'll have any issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But that's definitely something I think you and Brian should sit down and take a look at before we start assigning these numbers.
And
When are we doing this next one?
change in that issue.
Yeah,
Some
in,
additional vehicle expenses, because if we do decide to get a dead vehicle,
Right.
plan on that.
well, we should have, there's here. New equipment, we have $108,000 in there, excuse me. But there should also be a line for a truck payment,
Yeah.
truck payments. And I'll have to talk with. You might want to reach out to Mac on that, because he would know what the schedule is on the payments. I knew we have the new truck coming. Which will start over, which makes me think that the other truck must be paid off, because I don't think we typically run
If I remember correctly, one of the trucks are paid off.
Yeah, I think we paid it off. That's why I don't think we run two truck payments at the same time.
Right, I think there's only one, and one payment wasn't.
So what we might do there is last year we budgeted 55, we spent 29, which makes me think that either we have another payment coming
Yeah.
end of the year, you know, like every 6 months or something. Or we made the payment early on the other one after we created the budget and decided to just pay that truck off. So we're a payment ahead, which would be handy.
I think that's the case, actually.
Okay, yeah.
I think there's right around 50.
So if that's the case, depending on what happens, I do have a call into G-Stone.
Yeah, we actually, Brian spoke with G Stone, and the Dodge is, I think, gone up like $300, which is, you know,
Peanut.
and he was waiting on some information for the sander and the plow, and they're supposed to get that back to us
Okay.
as soon as possible.
Yep. And I just talked to a guy who's working down that way.
Mhm.
He said they have breakfast right across the road from Keystone every morning, so he's gonna swing in tomorrow and see what they got for tap and chassis on the wall. Send me some pictures. I was like, face no people.
So in theory, that would come out of the new equipment fund.
Well, in theory, we would budget that in a truck payment.
Gotcha.
If we can cover, you know, if we can cover half the payment or half the truck cost
Mhm.
out of the new equipment fund, but not deplete it to the point where we're gonna put ourselves behind, that might be an option. But a payment on a truck like that is gonna be significant. It's not gonna be, you know, 30 grand a year. That'd be a 3-year loan theoretically, so I mean. Right, so I mean, you know, if we can pull 30,000 out of the new equipment line. And finance it for 2 years. You know, one time for 2 years, we're way ahead of the game, so. But that's something we can talk about when we go over the road budget after you make your notes
Mhm.
and everything's good to go.
The other question I'm going to have, if we keep the old truck, what's a guesstimate of what that will cost? Keep it on the road. Just with it, and you wouldn't have to talk about it now, but
Is that-
just so we have an idea of what.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
that
I
truck
think
1 or truck 2?
that would be, I think truck 2, the tandem, we're thinking maybe keeping it because we have so much money into it.
Right.
The other truck, I think if you were to keep it, like repair costs not being used all the time, I mean, I think they would be quite low. But I'm not sure if you'd even want to keep it at that point. I think the ideal thing to pass it on, well, there's still some value there. Because I think if it's sat more than we actually use it now, I think it would really depreciate quite.
And you're talking the single axle?
Yeah, a little
Yep.
4-wheel drive.
Just to make sure that
Right.
I just wanna make sure we're talking about the same.
Yeah. The tandem, I would say keep that one, because we can certainly use that, but the little truck is really, it's being problematic. I mean, we've been fighting with it the last 2 months already, just trying to keep things repaired.
Very good sales pitch.
But I mean, it is, as we speak, the only 4-wheel drive we have. And
Right.
we're trying to really keep that thing, because if that goes down, we actually had Jason Curtis plow Brown's Pond Road for us.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get it.
Right.
So if truck 1 keeps going down, we're at the mercy. I mean,
Can you put a tandem across Brown Pond?
I don't think you do.
I don't think width wise.
Yeah, I don't think.
Weight wise, I mean, I'd wanna be empty.
Right.
Even then, I'd wanna watch it happen. I'd put it in gear and walk behind it maybe.
And I mean, some of the like Pudva and Hyde's Hill is really sketchy going up.
Yeah.
You know, because you almost need somebody at the top directing traffic, making sure nobody's coming down.
So a 1 ton that you could easily put chains on would be a lot more efficient.
Yep.
Okay,
Absolutely. I mean, I think it would cut time down. I mean, I think you could zip around and do farm. I mean, the parking spots in front of the library.
Yeah, I saw you trying to do those.
out.
Oh, yeah.
There's just so many things I think it would pay for itself.
Okay. All right, then we'll wait on you to do that. Do we want to schedule another day?
We should.
Or do we want to do this?
Next month.
Do we want to start our meeting next week an hour early?
I would love.
No.
I can make the best effort to be here by 6. I can't guarantee. No, we can try it.
Is that? I'm.
Probably good.
Yeah.
8 days before.
No, I might, but, okay, so, we'll meet the 22nd at 6.
Can you do 6, John?
I'll try my best.
If you roll-
I think we're better with 6:15. I got here at what, 6:20 tonight, so.
Then we'll let 6:15.
It is open, but with a highlight of, we're starting with the roads, that is our first, and at that point, possibly only, would be great to look over the budget from the Historical Society if we can have that by then. Excellent. And anybody else who needs to turn in requests, that would be great if we could have them by then too, because then we can kind of finalize everything, our first meeting of the new year, and have the budget nailed down before the 15th of January. Question?
Yeah, I do have a question. I thought of it after I was sitting here for a while. I have a question to ask the board.
Okay.
Do I have to have, in other
You should
words,
come up to the mic so we can hear you.
oh, you can't hear me?
People can online when they watch the video.
And I do have to preface this by saying that this is signed as a budget meeting.
Yes,
It's a budgetary question.
Nope.
Okay, then we might have to table it. until
That's fine.
next week.
that's fine. I just have a question. My question is, I received a letter from the zoning administrator, Brian, and he told me that I needed to have a permit for a pond. The pond has been there since 1950 something. It's in aerial photos. The pond actually blew out back in, when we had that, flood back in October, a few years back. Okay, and I only had $1,800 to put the pond back at that time financially. And, I didn't make it as big as it normally was.
For it.
That's fine.
I just want to see, so I can.
So anyway, I explained to Brian that it was an existing pond. I just made it a little bigger because this year we had a drought. And I had the money through the Vermont Land Trust to be able to fix things, fix the ditches and fix the ponds so that I wouldn't have to be concerned about that. He told me that people in the town of Bakersfield have, what do I want to call it? On their listers, that everybody has ponds on their cards and they pay taxes on the ponds. And he told me I would have to pay taxes on this pond. And I explained to Ryan, and maybe I'm wrong, why would I have to pay taxes when I'm already paying taxes on it? Because it's underneath the water. If the pond all disappeared, do I still have to, am I going to get a break on my taxes, pay less because it's no longer there? But anyway, I didn't have a problem with paying $85, but I'm paying, I asked him why I needed to have a permit on an existing pond. He said when he was a kid in high school, him and his brothers used to clean out all the ponds for the Joyles. And I said, yeah, we used to have to do that at my farms as well. I said, and he says, there's never been a pond there. If you see the aerial photos through the conservation and on the NRCS programs, all the government programs, that pond has been a part of that pond forever.
Are you talking?
On 461 Joyle, on the right-hand side, going up the hill.
Yep.
Okay. And he's insisting that I get a letter from the Vermont Department of Agriculture saying that that pond is agriculture. Well, I said to him, I said, Brian, I said, I sold the development rights to Vermont Land Trust because it is in agriculture. I can't even do anything with my land unless it's agriculture. And so I got in touch with them, and they said that they couldn't do anything because they were shut down during that time. So I'm having a little difficulty trying to figure out why I should have to prove that it's agriculture if my whole property is in writing. The agricultural people will give me a letter stating that it is agriculture. All of my land is agriculture. And it always has been agriculture.
So let's clarify, is this number one Selectboard issue?
It's
It's not a budgetary issue, so we're not
Right.
answering anything. We're just
Right.
But it's zoning. Is zoning report into planning or does zoning report into us? So it's a planning. It should go to planning first, should it
We
not?
have to go to the planning commission.
Because Brian, I'm not trying to push it off. I'm just
Nope.
giving you the appropriate steps. So you probably should request some time on the planning budget, maybe even have Brian there. Planning commission at the next meeting, and maybe even have Brian there so that they can take care of it all at once. And then if you're not satisfied with the decisions, then we'll, okay, just trying to give you the proper
Yep.
procedure.
Okay, well, like I said,
Yeah, we just want to make sure that it goes through the correct channels.
It's fine.
So we don't tell you something and then.
yep, I'm just bringing it to the attention of, so that you can hear my side, I guess I want to say. And it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I totally get it.
I mean, I'm serious. I just, it's
Totally
like,
get it. Yes, ma'am. Tom lost his time.
There's so.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, you finish them and it opens up. and
Are you letting hunting on the land over there? I heard someone rocking it the other day. Are you letting people hunt on your land?
Yeah, the heavy duty paper.
There was somebody shooting it up the other day. I don't know if they were driving deer and I was just hearing the echoes.
The black things?
They said they were sending.
Clips. Okay.
It was, okay, maybe, but it was.
A couple of them can't even be great.
Yeah, now these folks were,
So this is good here.
because it was like. Is he? Good. I don't want people showing. And I got a question that has absolutely nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. I don't.
This is done. This and this, it's like a go together. Right? This is what, Joe, this is what. Al, if you wanna go home and get some teas, we're good with you. This and this are gonna go together.
Okay, folks, can we pull this meeting back together?
We're just waiting for Tom to come in. I'm waiting on our Tom, who's just sitting down.
I was waiting for everybody to be quiet.
I'm nothing but quiet, Tom.
Yeah.
Haven't you figured that out yet?
That was, yeah, 2 minutes or less, rapid fire. Library expense, there was a library expense that we weren't sure what it was. I said I probably put it in the wrong
Tom,
place.
1 second. Thank you. Go ahead, Tom.
All right. Library expense was a finger fumble, should have been lister expense. Tammy kind of stumbled into that before I drilled down, so that was just one that's already been crossed out, so not a big deal. Streetlights got billed on last warrant. You were asking about that?
Yep.
2355 was what this year was, so if you haven't already put something in, you left it in, but you might want to bump that up to like 24 or whatever you think is appropriate, but.
Wow, 2,400?
Yeah, it's like late polls, I think, and I think they bill 3 to the, yeah, once I saw the bill, it came back to me that they bill 20 streetlights to the town and 3 to the road or something weird like that.
200 in there right now.
They came in at 23.
These are streetlights, 2355 was the bill from,
Should we bump that up to 2,500?
yeah, I mean, it's up to you, but yes, I would say higher than 2355 probably.
Okay, thank you.
And I went back through the grants, because you said we billed the grants to other people. Well, the only other people this year were the BCC. So the question is, I believe you said we bill 50%,
Yes.
but the BCC is within the general fund already. So do they get the whole amount billed to them, or are they just 50%? I went through them all and they were all general, unless he listed them as general town of Bakersfield.
Yeah, he's got to differentiate.
Well,
He did the fire.
no, I
department,
believe
did some library, he did the BCC. Yeah.
Unless he billed them individually.
Well, the idea was he was supposed to bill us and we get reimbursed, I think is how we.
Yeah.
initially-
I don't know. I found out last week from Todd.
But the problem is if he's not differentiating the groups,
Well, he was, I mean, there was just nothing for the fire department. So I don't know you can.
so do we have something on the
What's
library?
that? Nothing. There were like three, the only ones that weren't of this year. I pulled out all the invoices. There aren't that many. There's like a dozen invoices and he has them all itemized and they're all general town of Bakersfield, except for these three that were conservation
We
commission.
used him for one thing with MERP and I haven't, he shows up for the meetings for the town and the traffic sign. Yeah.
So I can reach out to him if you want and ask him.
Tom, we need to go back to him, if you can go back to him and ask him to itemize this stuff to the appropriate groups, because
Well, it is all itemized. It's just none of them were, yeah, I mean, it's more than one, but again, we don't know fire department, I guess is the,
what's the total?
yeah, so maybe a non-issue code,
What's the total?
like $180 for the BCC.
No, I mean the total amount we spent this year on his.
Oh,
This is-
make sure it's on one of your sheets there, I think.
I'm sure I put it away.
Yeah, okay. Looks like $3,005.
Yeah, so we really need to make sure that we're doing the appropriate thing here. When we receive his bills, we need to make sure that he's putting the appropriate groups on there.
Well, I don't, again, it may not have done correctly, but that's where he is actually breaking them out in theory. So I don't know.
Well, the other question is that just 50%?
Yeah, that was the original question, yes. Is the BCC, it's weird, like, there's always some little fine tuning.
Where's the library? You can see the library right here. Agreement preparation for library trustee meetings. The historic.
Doesn't it build the entity as like the town of Bakersfield or something?
Build to the town of Bakersfield.
Yeah.
That's the library. That's the library.
So is that under a description or?
Historic vitalization grant, that's not us.
Yeah, it is.
So, well, I guess it is bigger, but you know, he's got like descriptions here. He needs to get it.
So yeah, I guess,
Here's the library, Brigham Library. So yeah, but he's billing the general. This is not right. He needs to fix this the library may be a town entity, but they have their own budget.
Yeah.
So they should be paying 50%.
in and tell them we need
that
advice for these, so.
Yeah, he needs to
We
go
get
to
it
that.
for one, but not as many as needed. And fire, we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So getting back to point A, is the BCC,
Yes.
Yeah,
are they absorbing the 180, the total of what got billed to them, or is that 50%?
50%.
It is, so that should be 90 to them. Okay,
I
it
know.
was just because they were within the general fund. I didn't know if it was a different
It's
rule.
just accounting.
Yeah, yeah.
And what we want to do is put that half that they're reimbursing us back into the grant fund. The idea was the grant fund, we would run the grant fund, try to keep a certain amount in there. But when these entities, these other town entities are using the 50% match that we're giving them with that grant fund, that 50% they're paying back in should be going back into our grant fund.
Okay, so on our little spreadsheet, I didn't think it'd get more complicated, over $180, but yes, it can. Should I put $90 back into this little subtotal that's grant writing, even though no money exchanged hands anywhere really, just 90 went to the BCC part of things and 90 went back?
Keeping the accounting buckets clean.
Okay, so we basically, yeah.
Paper trail.
All right,
Just the paper trail.
I'll stuff 90 into the grant writing as receipts
Yep.
and 90 out of the BCC, and we'll figure out the details of what should have been broken out as different entities. And then we'll all rejoice.
Yep, sorry.
That was all I had. That was longer than 2 minutes. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was weedier than it.
You can make things meaty all the
Oh,
way.
not because I'm itching to get out.
Yeah. Oh, one last question. Do you need me anymore? Because I'm,
We're done.
all right, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I
And
think the motion
Dale,
is
was
just
this like a loan, trustee loan for the loans or something else we want to cover? I thought if you could see the postage.
Don't start your car until you put it to a vote.
Yep.
Motion has been made and seconded for adjournment. You don't have any other? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Perfect. That's not
Thank
bad.
you.
Thanks, Todd.